Okay, hi team. Let's begin our stand up. Igor, do you want to start first?
Uh, yeah. Um, Actually, today was a very tough and stressful day, unfortunately. It began not with the nice weather, but with the phone buzzing that something did go wrong. And it actually did indeed go wrong. Nick pinged me that key clock was down, but actually it seemed soon I found out that it was actually our whole Kubernetes clusters being down. Not only Kubernetes clusters, but actually all of our databases, practically all of our projects being down, which sounded horrible. And thankfully, uh, me, Nick, and Caleb found out that it was actually the problem with the billing. The trial was used instead of the credit card, and it just ended. So all of our accounts were suspended, and everything was shut down, including our dev, test, and prod environments. We don't use prod too much yet, but it is kind of a big deal. Fortunately, Google does not delete our stuff if it is shut down. It only is suspended, but it still took quite a bit of time to get it back running again after the credit card was added. But the fun part didn't end there. So Nick also told me about this community tester that was experiencing some strange issue with the KYC status still being pending. And actually, this is a combo there. It is a kind of a limitation on our side, a bug or whatever you call it, but also this nice crash of the cluster combined in one super issue. So what happened is that we actually found out that currency cloud requires state to be included if it is a US, Mexico, or Canada used as a country. And it wasn't implemented on our end in any way. And actually, our provider, KYC provider Verif, doesn't yet send us this data. So we don't really know what state it is. So I've had to do a kind of a dirty hack for now, but we will do a nice solution later on, of course, once we especially get the state from the documents. But then again, I've implemented this and wanted to push it, and we found out that our pipelines broke because we just implemented, like yesterday, the way to deploy tags. Again, it doesn't end there. So what I did is that I fixed the GitLab CI pipelines to actually deploy the tags, and we were able to deploy it. And then the crucial issue happened, and we found out that actually our queue isn't working. So practically, NATS was receiving messages. The consumers were having it fine, but the messages weren't delivered. So you wouldn't be able to do a top up, KYC, etc., etc. I spent quite a few hours trying to investigate the issue, and I will do a more deep dive later on. But actually, it was just because our cluster crashed. So some data on disk or persistent volume claim was corrupted, and the queue failed. It was a very big pain for me to resolve this, and it wouldn't have happened if we would just have a credit card there in the beginning. But thankfully, after some time, I was able to purge the streams on the NATS cluster, and it works again. So after a very long time, I was actually finally able to resend the webhook from Verif for this person that Nick mentioned, and he was able to pass KYC a day later. But still, at least it works. And our environments is working for at least maybe an hour and a half already. So everything's fine. Yeah, that's the story.
That's crazy. I didn't know the full explanation. And Nick just called me urgently and said, I need your credit card. So we had a issue. I mean, there was a fraud check on the card because of something that shouldn't have happened. So I replaced it with another credit card. I didn't realize that it caused all that behind it. So I guess when we're fully live, probably can't
right now it's completely okay. Everything is fine. But yeah, the day was very crazy, I would say.
Just for the record, I also ordered a box of beer for every tech member. So if there are any charges, then just ignore them.
I just gave Nick my full credit card. I trust you. I trust all you guys. So I'm glad I don't ask too many questions because that would be more complex for me to understand. So take all the beer that you want.
It's funny because first it was like we were mining. They thought we were a mining company and we used Google Notes to start mining. And now they just start to block our accounts. Although we had a credit card first. Yeah.
When we heard that, when they thought that when they accused us of mining Bitcoin, I thought Amadeo probably is actually mining Bitcoin on the so
either Ethereum or Bitcoin
or Ethereum, whatever. Yeah, funny.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Igor. I think it was really entertaining. You received a lot of entertainment today. And next, Nick, can you tell the other side of the situation?
No, the other side, basically, this just gave us an opportunity to roll out the updates from the testers, the feedback that we got from testers. I had already implemented a few UI updates based on that. And yeah, and since we had to restart a lot of the servers anyway, this gave us an opportunity to roll that out right away. Yeah, other than that, I was doing some blockchain forensic stuff for Robert. That is almost complete. I worked on a script for the airdrop because there is still some smart contract wallets that we cannot directly airdrop to. I'm talking to Ravi right now. He will make an announcement for the community. Because for these people, we need a different address to airdrop the tokens to. And I'm reviewing an article from Ash right now about the Arbitrum that he's about to release. And I am preparing the airdrop, the deployment script for the airdrop to include everything we need so we can just run it on Friday.
And what about the multi-sig, the Gnosis safe? Do you know if they've? I know this is happening in real time. Have they deployed to Arbitrum?
I need to look into it. I haven't found the time yet today. So I talked to them like 2 days ago. They were still waiting for an update from Arbitrum. I'll check right away if it's available now, or if it will be by Friday.
I'm just curious. We can all hold our breath until if it doesn't. It's not crucial. We'll go ahead with the airdrop for the tokens anyway. It just wouldn't be multi-sig. So I guess we just start off with it's all under my control, but we'll go multi-sig as soon as we can, right? So
exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
so I with Gnosis again.
I checked also this morning when me and Rob were discussing it. I didn't see any updates yet, Nick, but yeah, just double check. Maybe they come with it tomorrow. Let's see.
Are they at the conference? Are they at the conference in New York? Amadeo, well, you need to corner the Gnosis team or whatever and push them to get to Arbitrum. So.
No. No. So yeah. So I have been in the conference for the last couple of 3 days. It was a bit of a last-minute call for me to go there. It's called mainnet. So it's like, Robert, I'm going to mainnet. I said, huh? We're still on testnet, right? No, like, so it's a mainnet conference. I just came from a talk from Mike Novogratz. Very cool to see him in person. And it's really cool to meet a lot of crypto people here. I have a meeting with Galaxy Digital in a bit and a meeting with the Terra Network. So the, Galaxy Digital also wanted to hear what we're doing, and Terra Network wants to also hear what we're building on. And a lot of like other like Arbitrum and optimistic side chains that want also deploy there. So a lot of things happened, and I will like categorize after the busy conference days what all happened. And I'm also reading the article from Ash as well to see, you know, like the article about why do we deploy to Arbitrum and not to any other chain, basically. So yeah, that's me.
So Amadeo, so that you know, I just got the presentation from Felix that I want to send to Matt Cantieri at Anchor for Terra. So I'll send it to you. I just need to PDF it and then I'll send it to you. I'll put you in copy. I don't know, in case I guess those Terra guys are in New York. Yeah, that could be good. I haven't had a chance to do it yet because Felix and I were on a call with Damien Horner about the messaging, the website. So I'll send that to you as soon as I can.
Okay, thanks, Bart.
Yeah, thanks. So earlier we had a nice meeting about the website. It was very interesting about the UI, and some interesting points came out of that. I was working on the localization and internationalization. So that's now also fixed. So we can use other languages if we want to. So we do a couple things for that. But that will be possible. And I did some minor bug fixes, basically on UI. And also implementing a new design. I will hopefully finish that today or tomorrow morning. And then we can hopefully start on the push notifications. It will be a nice one also. Oh, and the release notes Amadeo is also coming up tonight.
Yeah, good point. Good point. We really need release notes. Leonid?
Yes. Hi, everybody. Yesterday, I started working on a new detailed transaction view feature. Today, I completed that task and took the next one, the task with updating the display of the transaction list. That's me. Thank you.
Thanks, Leonid. Edgar?
Hi everyone. Yesterday I extended the response of handlers for getting rates, and today I extended transaction details and added currency fields. Now I am adding beneficiaries for transaction details, and that's all.
Yeah, thanks, Edgar. Mark?
Yeah, hello. So basically today I spent my day to work with infrastructure stuff related to Google Cloud and how we run our application. I was able to download all of the tools and just to check how our cloud works, check the infrastructure, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Mark is still blocked by me because I had no time to extend our analytics about exchanging money on weekends. I'm still working on it. And as for me, today there was some meetings with marketing teams, personally Ash. We have a short one-on-one discussing management, discussing our future communications, and I think it was a really positive meeting. Also, we made a short demo to our new team members because a couple of days ago I realized that not every new member understands correctly how our application works, etc., etc. So I just tried to onboard them. Thanks for the help, Vasily and Igor. Yeah, Vasily facilitated this meeting. And today I want to present for our whole team our new process management strategy and how all the departments will communicate with each other, and how we split our development on product committee, architectural committee, and how new feature will be generated and implemented in our development process. That's it. That's for me. Robert, Felix, do you want to share with that anything? Yeah, I'm muted,
Yeah.
Robert.
No, yeah, so I had a pretty interesting day. All the articles that I wanted to write relative to FAQs, summarization of Nick and Robert's video, and also the short movie about the web app featuring Elsa, 7-minute short movie about everything is done, which is great, which will be released to the community tonight. Obviously, I'll send you copies before I send anything out. But that's great. And then also a couple of other things. The reviews of the Terra presentation are done. And yeah, that's about it for me. And we had our first voice channel kind of interview with the community members on Discord. It was great. We had about, I think, 20 people turn up just to talk about different ideas, educational sources to help us organize a Discord channel. So did that 2 times today and it went really well. So we're having a lot more engagement in our channels, which is great.
Cool. Thank you very much. Ash, do you want to share anything?
Yeah, so yeah, I had a great meeting with Nikolai about marketing, just getting everything organized. We're getting ready to push out a lot more content. We're making some website changes. We're getting approval on the ambassador program so we can tap into our community as well. And we're planning a lot more articles, the Arbitrum article, the Ethereum articles coming up as well. And we're also going to go around and make sure that we can highlight our team and get some one-liners like, why is this important for you? Like, why are you part of this team? So people can kind of attach the story to the people behind the product as well. And then I think my long-term vision, I think this is really the story of the tech. So I really want to highlight the developers and all the updates coming out of the community, all the updates for the tech. So yeah, there's a lot of content in regards to the app. And then long-term, it's going to be a lot of financial education as well. So that's where we're at right now. We're building the plane while we're flying it. So please be patient with us, but you're going to see a lot of great things coming down the pipeline.
Okay, thank you very much, Ash. Yeah, Robert, go on.
Well, what we're going to try and do is see if the community is interested in this or not. But my idea for fluid finance is that we embrace this idea of radical transparency. So it's the opposite of what you'd expect from a bank. It's like, we're going to show people, the good, the bad. I mean, the things that we do well, and then all the stuff that we're struggling with behind the scenes. So my idea for radical transparency is that I'm really going to open this up. I had like a good chat with Nick on Sunday on a Zoom call, and I thought we're talking about the launch of the web app the next day. Let's open it up and see if the community wants to hear about it. And you hear like a real live conversation between, between some team members. I'd like to continue that. This is our usual stand-up. I said to everybody, like, just talk openly. There's like lots of bugs, lots of problems. This isn't like, a bank is like a polished, glossy brochure. Everything's amazing, but that's not real life. Like I worked in a bank. It's not actually like that, but when they're just too afraid to tell you, this is what it's really like. So I don't think we should be afraid of it. This is the human experience. It's like, nobody's perfect. And, if people want to invest in a bank with like a really polished leader who probably knows what he's doing, then you should invest with Jamie Dimon, you should invest with like a Chase. But, if you really want to build, if you want to help build with us, if you want to like, see how like we're actually constructing things, you can join our stand-ups, you can join our management discussions. We'll open up like, all the stuff that we're talking about across the company. So let's see. But, if nobody shows up from the community, we're just boring people to death. So maybe we won't do that. But my idea in the future is that these tech stand-ups, at least like a couple times a week, are opened up. We'll do the same thing for marketing. We might do the same thing with our legal and regulatory stuff. So anyway, thanks to everybody for being, as you always are, like really transparent about things. So, and I even got some questions from a team member who apparently was a journalist beforehand. And I don't know if I'm being set up here, but I've got a bunch of questions that I'm supposed to answer. He's going to write an article from the tech perspective. So I'll let you know, see how it goes. This new policy of radical transparency. I think it's very fluidify though. So.
Yeah, and I would really love to hear everybody's feedback from the community, what they think of it, and also to see indeed, like, do we need to make the stand-ups open? That's something we can do. It's very rough, of course. Or after this, we also have a product committee. So maybe the notes of the product committees or that we can release, because we have a lot of epics, we have a lot of backlogs, and we're now, for example, discussing there is some authentication issues that we need to resolve, or do we need to focus on MetaMask login? Do we need to focus on credit cards? And there's a debate internally, like I think like virtual credit cards probably have higher priority than some authentication issues or not. So that's something we can discuss in the open, I think, and get feedback from our users. We can make the roadmap public, let people vote on features that we need to work on. So yeah, please let us know what you think, what will add most value to you and or value to anybody else, what we can open up. And we would like to open up as much as possible, but we also want to stay agile, of course. So just let us know.
Yeah, the other thing that everybody knows is that the code, the stuff that we're building is just incredible, but it's going to be mainly open source, just like before. And if people want to take it, you can take it. If somebody steals our idea and they build a better bank alternative company than us, great, good for them. We lose out, I lose out for investing in it, but it'll make the world a better place, right? So, I think we have other advantages, and most of it is like, honestly, most of it is the core team is you guys, and it's our community. So I think that's really what makes us special. So, it's also nice. It's, it's in Switzerland. It's like a sane place. I'm not too worried about, somebody from like China or, how those Russians are, Russians can like just re-engineer anything and like take your code. So, but I think being in Switzerland is a huge advantage for us. So anyway, it's going to be our policy, I think, radical transparency, everything's open source. It's a new type of bank. So thanks to everybody for, for all of your work. I'm sorry about the, credit card issue this morning.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you guys. Thank you.